Timeout, Tigers.
We'll be back with fourth quarter action after this timeout.
21, Joel Brindle 4.
Plymouth will start the quarter with the basketball. Kramer inbounds to Cook in the backcourt. Andy across the timeline, being guarded closely by Wiley. Wiley strips him. Now Wiley on a drive, dumps off for Charlton. 2-on-2 break. Charlton puts it up and in. And the Tigers claw their way back within 6, 55-49. Pressure in the backcourt. Brian Ray being guarded very closely by Charlton as Ray breaks the timeline. Ray up to Davis. Chris Davis out here, the timeline. Davis, left wing, picks up the dribble. Now out to Kramer. Now Nick Wise, top of the key. Wise for 3 points. No good. That one was well off the mark. Rebound away to Luke Reed. And the Tigers with an opportunity here to close in, run closer. Plank with the basketball left wing. Now Wiley, Charlton right wing. Back to Plank, or check out Wiley. Now in the paint to Reed. He has the basketball knocked away. Kramer has it on the floor. And a jump ball. Chris Mannix jumped on top of Kramer's back, and they called a jump ball. can't hear my head shaking. Well, some will argue with that, but here we go. 7 minutes left in the ball game. Plymouth leads 55-49. Tigers with the basketball. Wiley drives into the paint, picks up the dribble, now kicks it out to Kuzmanik. Kuzmanik, top of the key. Now he drives, pull up 14-foot shot, good. And the Tigers back within 4, 55-51. Nick Wise now ahead quickly. Wise lays it up and in, a foul. A Wise answer for the Pilgrims, and Nick will be going to the free throw line for a chance at a three-point play.
Well, we needed an answer there, and there he was, Nick Wise. He knows when to do it. 23 points now for Nick.
That's a big answer by Plymouth as Warsaw was building some momentum. The lead stretches back out to 6 now for Plymouth, and Nick can make it a 7-point lead. Minor listeners, this is AM 1050 WTCA Radio in Plymouth. It's about 10 minutes after 9 as Nick dribbles a couple of times. Eyes the free one, is a little bit hard, no good. Rebound tipped away, controlled by Plank. Plymouth presses in the backcourt. Now Charlton ahead to Hill. Hill up wing, down low pass for Kuzmanik, who kicks it out to Wiley. Now Charlton, three-pointer left wing is no good. The rebound is going to that ball almost set on top of the backboard. 57-51, 6:23 left. Cheney on the dribble against Wiley. Near steal at midcourt. Now Ray off to Wise. Wise baseline jump shot, good.
Nick Wise answers again. Sucking out the Warsaw run here now for a second.
And the Pilgrims lead by 8, 59-51.
Got the momentum back on our side.
Inside 6 minutes left. Plank looks low on the baseline pass to Charlton. Charlton drives and a foul.
Finally got an offensive foul. First one in the game. Tyler Charlton picking up his fourth. Tyler really lets the referees know when he doesn't like it.
He does. He's very animated.
He's their coach.
Now Cheney in the backcourt against Wiley. Tries to break the timeline. Gets it across. Cheney now off to Wise. Nice pass to cutting Brian Ray, and they get the back door, and the Pilgrims build the lead back to 10.
Beautiful job by the Pilgrims.
Nice touch pass from Wise. 61-51. Kuzmanik on the baseline. Can't get the shot. Rebound Nick Wise. Wise takes it across the timeline himself. Now he drives right side into the lane, picks one up, and a foul on the floor against Wiley.
Wiley first.
Wiley second. Boy, Nick Wise showed a quick step of his own there, Larry.
Nick Wise will shoot 2 shots. He's 4 for 5 tonight from the line. Nice job by Nick Wise and Brian Ray stepping up the offense there when Warsaw made the run. You knew they were going to make a run somewhere. So there's still plenty of time, 5:23 left.
But the Pilgrims lead is double digits again at 10, 61-51, and Nick can stretch it out further. As you may tell by the crowd response in the background, he nailed the first one home, and a timeout, Warsaw, 5:23 left, fourth period, Plymouth lead, 62-51. We'll be back with more Pilgrims basketball after this timeout. That'd be great. Did you start the third? Well, Nick will be at the free throw line for one more. Nick with a couple of dribbles. The free throw was in the air and good. And a 12-point Pilgrim lead again, 63-51. I think this equals the biggest lead of the night.
Pilgrim showing some pressure.
Riley ahead to O'Connell, now back to Wiley. Top of the key to Hill, now left side. 3-point jump shot by Plank is no good. Rebound away to Nick Cheney. Cheney ahead to Davis. Davis traveled in the backcourt, or turnover against the Pilgrims.
Only the 7th Pilgrim turnover. 13 for Warsaw.
And we have a substitution for the Tigers. Jason Elspaw checks into the lineup for Nate O'Connell.
Warsaw, I think, going to look for some threes from the coaches here, from the Pilgrims coaches. Looks like they've scouted him. Oh, that's
unforced turnover as they threw the basketball away. Wiley was breaking into the backcourt for an inbounds play, and new man in the game, Jason Elspaw, threw a bullet down the midcourt line, and it went straight across the court and out of bounds. So now Kramer will inbound in the backcourt for the Pilgrims. He gets it into Cheney. Cheney against pressure from Wiley. Nick behind the back dribble across the timeline off to Brian Ray, way out high on the right wing. Now Ray, off pass for Davis, off to Cheney, left side. Nick to Kramer. Kramer out near the timeline, and a foul is going to be called on Plank. And Plank's just inviting an elbow as he stuck his head right up there again.
Matt Kramer is struggling at the line tonight. He's usually an excellent free throw shooter at 70%, but tonight he's only 1 for 4.
Well, that's a double bonus in effect now, as that's a 10th team foul against the Tigers. 4:50 left, fourth period. Matt's free one is nothing but net. And a 64-51 Pilgrim lead.
They'll definitely look for Warsaw to shoot some threes now.
Matt nails both of them, and a 65-51 score, Plymouth. 4:48 left in the fourth period. A little bit of pressure applied in the backcourt by Cheney. Wiley has the pass tipped out of bounds by Kramer. It belonged to Warsaw, but good effort by Matt. And Cheney in the backcourt, making the Tigers expend a little energy and some clock.
Charlton coming into the game for Warsaw with 4 fouls. And now it's do or die time for Warsaw.
Charlton triggers a play in for Wiley in the backcourt. Now Wiley across the timeline. Dribbles right side. Bounce pass to Kersmanic. Kersmanic tried to drive. He's cut off. Double teamed by Wise and Kramer. He kicks it out to Plank. Now Plank steps up. 10-foot shot is no good, but a foul is going to be called on Chris Davis.
Playing perfect defense.
Plank is going to have 2 free throws before the clock
Chris
stops.
Davis. Chris Davis, excellent defensive player. I believe all 4 of those where he's been standing straight up and the offense has leaned into him. And again, last night in the girls sectional, they didn't even call that kind of stuff. It was just different officials.
Well, Plank's first one is good. Makes it a 65-52 Plymouth lead.
7.
And a 12-point Pilgrim lead, 65-53. No pressure this time as the Pilgrims across the timeline. They pick it up at half court now. Wise onto Ray. Ray's got a good look at the 3, a little bit short. Rebound Wise in the paint. Nick back up off the glass and in. And a 67-53 lead, Plymouth. 4:05 left, fourth period. Charlton right wing dribble for the Tigers. Baseline pass to Kersmanic, who works in the paint, off the glass and in. You're not going to stop
Kersmanic. No, he was way low on that one.
Now the Pilgrims Wise. Left side, Nick drives into the paint, puts one up, can't get it, tip back up, no good, tip back up again, it's good. This time Cheney with the tip. 69-55 Plymouth.
It was nice by having a 6'2" point guard.
Now Charlton is fouled on a drive, and I believe Davis just picked up his 5th foul.
Davis is gone, 5 fouls for Chris Davis. Great job, though, tonight. Kersmanic up to 28 points now.
Well, there's 3:40 left, but the Charlton's free one is around and in. And the Tigers pull their way back to within 13, 69-56. Again, there's 3:40 left on the clock here.
A typical Warsaw team, 13 for 14 from the line.
Hey, I got him. Hey, there's that jinx. In and out. No, rebound Kramer. Wise up ahead now, Grindle. Back to Nick. Out near the timeline to Kramer.
Spread the floor now for the Pilgrims.
Inside 3.5 minutes left. Now Wise steps up, drives the baseline off the glass and in, and an offensive foul on Wise. Horrible call. They're going to wave the basket away.
Nick went not only vertical but sideways right at the last second. So the only thing the Warsaw defender could do is go into him to try to draw the charge.
That's a patented Nick Wise move, or he can avoid that charge, and that's what it looks like what he did.
He jumped sideways!
Have the lead, that's what counts. Here we go.
13-point Plymouth lead, 69-56. Riley on the dribble, right side for the Tigers. He tries to pass it in low, pulled it away by Cheney, up ahead to Ray. Ryan is hammered, and they're wanting an intentional foul is what they're signaling for, but they're not going to get it.
Andy Plank picking up the foul. More important than that was Nick Cheney's steal on defense. But 6'3" long arms. Reached up there and took that ball out of the air there. Nice long lead bounce pass.
It's good to see Brian pop right back up off of that one as he was really hammered by two Warsaw players. The foul will officially be called on Plank. Well, I believe that was Plank and Charlton down there. Now Brian Ray, the best free throw shooter on the team.
81% from the year, 4 for 4 tonight. Boom, 5 for 5. 16 points now for Brian, working towards his 18-point average.
I think this is the biggest lead here, Larry, at 14.
70 to 70 points for the Pilgrims against this Warsaw defense.
Ray nails both of them, 71-56, 3:10 left.
We only average 68 points a game. There's 3 minutes left, and we're at 71.
Tigers a travel. Charlton in the backcourt tried to draw the charge against Kramer, and in doing so, he lifted up the pivot foot, he really tried to run into Matt.
This is just the opposite of last weekend. In Rosewood and the referees just didn't blow anything. You know, that could have been let go. I've seen those let go before, but boy, this official was right on everything. He's blowing that whistle all night long. No air left in his lungs.
Ray, right corner now out to Kramer, floor spread, and a foul on O'Connell. Nate O'Connell will get the personal foul and send Matt Kramer to the free throw line for 2 shots as both teams in a double bonus now.
Matt's up to 3 for 6 from the line.
As we get deeper into the season and deeper into the conference, especially when the tournament starts, Matt seems to find his way to the free throw line more frequently.
It was an awesome game for him. He just did a really fine job. Missed a few free throws, but we know he's a good shooter 70% of the year. He misses that first. Just not quite getting it above the rim tonight on the free throws. Luke Reed coming into the game for Warsaw.
Plank was checking in too, but evidently not. Kramer's second one is good. And a 16-point Pilgrim lead, 72-56. We're inside 3 minutes. Prismatic to Wiley, still in the backcourt. Pressure applied by Cheney as Wiley into the front court. And they throw the basketball away. And appropriately, it went right to L. Rose.
16 turnovers for Warsaw. Nick Cheney, only a sophomore, made a couple mistakes on fouls tonight, but I tell you, that was another turnover caused by his long arms and quick feet. 6'2" point guard.
Kramer looks inbounded. He calls a timeout, and wisely so, as they were ready to nail in with a 5-second. And late in the third quarter, Goshen leads Northwood 47-44. The Pilgrims inbound off some pressure. Nick Wise in the backcourt is stripped by Prismatic, but the basketball went right to Kramer, and a foul out high is going to be called, I believe, on Wiley.
DJ Wiley picking up his third and 2 shots. Will go to Nick Cheney. Nick Cheney. Percentage is 55%.
Now, Coach Rhodes playing a little offense-defense right now as Plank comes back in for O'Connell. O'Connell's primary job will be to foul, I think.
Cheney hits the first one. 5 points per game. That's averaging 4 points per game.
Rebound Grindle. He kicks it out to Kramer. Now Wise. 2:40 left, and a blocking foul on Charlton. I believe that's his fifth. We'll check that. I don't think so either.
Very, very, very animated.
I wonder if they teach scowling in practice over there, because they sure got one.
Yeah, they just pick it up from the coach.
There's 2:41 left. Plymouth leads 73-56 as Brian Ray will be at the free throw line.
Al Rhodes, great coach though, basketball mind, good basketball mind.
There's no question about that as Ray's free one goes through the bottom of the net. A 74-56 Plymouth lead. I don't think anybody expected this.
7 for 7, Brian Ray from the line. Now, missed that one.
That rebound goes away to P.J. Wiley. Wiley will walk it into the front court. And stolen away. Cheney dumps off for Kramer, and the Pilgrims will spread the floor and slow things down. 2:25 left in the ball game. Now Grindle to Kramer. Kramer one dribble, and he's hammered from behind.
Try at the steal. You got almost Boy, you got to work the referees there.
So Wiley reached out and just grabbed Kramer from behind, and Matt will be at the free throw line. That's a fourth foul on Wiley.
2:21 left now. That big game tomorrow, we'll probably see Coach Edison bring some subs here. You wouldn't think we'd be putting subs in a Warsaw game, but I tell you, this is a very comfortable lead.
Of course, Concord already on their way home, most likely, as their game has been completed. They downed Wawasee 65-56. Matt's free one is in and out. No. Matt will have one more. A little bit short, but it rolled over and in, and the Pilgrims lead 75-56, a 19-point Pilgrim lead.
15 points for Matt Kramer.
Big night. O'Connell ahead now. Prismatic's been very quiet here in the second half. Now a jump shot by Luke Reed. He hits it from about 15 on the baseline.
4 points for Reed.
That's the first point for the Tigers in quite a while. 75-58 inside 2 minutes. Kramer in the backcourt ahead to Ray. Ray ahead to Grindle. Grindle fakes and kicks it out, and he's going to be fouled. And Joel Grindle will be going to the free throw line for 2 shots. I think Joel was thinking dunk when he first caught that one.
Luke Reed picks up his third foul out of bounds. Pilgrims. No, 2. I'm sorry. Well past that. He's shooting 2 free throws, so they're well past 10 fouls.
Joel on the season was 13 out of 19 coming into tonight. He has the first one hit the back iron and bounce away.
68% free throw shooter, misses the first.
Also seen Joel was among the area leaders in block shots, averaging almost 2 blocks a game. 76-58, Plymouth with the lead.
Pilgrim still pressuring the ball.
O'Connell ahead. Luke Reed drives the baseline. He dishes off the plank into trees, and he's fouled.
See, that referee's called that every time tonight. If the offense creates a contact, it goes to the defensive line. Fouls on Matt Kramer, his 4th. Game well in hand at this point, though.
Then only a minute 44 left on the clock. Plymouth leads 76-58. Andy Plank will try to cut into that, and he does. He hits the first one.
Plank 3 for 3 from the line. Again, Warsaw only missed 2 free throws. It wasn't enough. Pilgrims just played off the ball again.
Do you know right offhand how many points Prismatic had there in the second half?
Another one perfect to Plank. In the second half, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 points for Prismatic in the second half.
Yeah, that's quiet compared to his 17 as we have a whistle and a foul in the backcourt.
17 in the first half. Total of 28 points.
That foul will go against Andy Plank. That's his 4th, and Brian Ray will be at the free throw line period. And they want to enjoy this one right down to the last second as Ray drains the first free throw.
19 points for Brian now, above his season average of 18. Now 20.
And an 18-point Pilgrim lead, 78-60, a minute 40 left. Tigers break the timeline. Plank and a step-in steal by Ray. Ray ahead for Cheney. Cheney lays it up and in. And the Pilgrims lead by 20 at 80-60, a minute 24 left, and this crowd is on its feet. 3-pointer from the corner, no good. Tigers rebound to Brian Ray. Ray is being fouled, and now they call it. Lucas Schroeder will pick up the personal, but the crowd is on its feet here and starting to celebrate with a minute 15 left. Justin Koss will check into the ball game for the Pilgrims. He'll replace Matt Kramer, and Matt's going to get a nice hand.
Good job by the Pilgrims. You can't say enough.
Scott Wagner.
Getting a lot of your offenses created by defense. I might have even missed one, but I have 17 turnovers now for Warsaw.
Wagner, Wisconsin into the ball game.
Only 7 for the Pilgrims. Great job, Joel Grindle. Nick Cheney, great job. Andy Cook did a nice job tonight. I tell you, everybody really played a key part in this.
1:15 left. Brian Ray will have 2 free ones coming here.
Brian is 9 for 10 from the line tonight. 10 for 11. That ran out of the room.
Well, Scott Wagner, Brian Ray.
20 points for Brian Ray.
Brent Wisconsin, Justin Koss, and Nick Wise on the floor currently for the Pilgrims. Dances the second one home as well. 22-point lead, 82-60.
11 for 12. Nice for you. 20 points.
Excellent. Luke Reed pulls up from 15, can't get it. Rebound long into the corner. Wisconsin has it to Wise. And a foul in the backcourt is going to be called on the Tigers. I believe maybe Chris Hill, 55.
I forgot to see. It was 2
No, 31. Lucas Schroeder.
Schroeder picking up his third. He was sent in, I think, just to do that. Coach Rhodes still coaching.
Now there's exactly 1 minute left in the ball game.
82-60. Wow, what a score. I would have never dreamed it could have been this far separated.
No, certainly not. Wise misses the first one.
6 for 8 for Nick for the line tonight.
And an 83-60 Plymouth lead. Tigers into the front court. Kevin Massler tries a three-pointer, can't get it. Rebound, foul.
I'm not sure who they're going to get there.
Wagner.
White 2-0. Okay, I couldn't figure out which
Here is all but over as the Pilgrims lead by 22, 83-61 with only 52 seconds left.
And Nick Wise now for 30 points.
In and out, no, on the second one. Wise with the rebound to Koss. Koss ahead to Wagner. Wagner bounced pass to Ray. Ray was fouled, no whistle. Now out to Koss to Wise. 40 seconds left. Now Scott Wagner drives out on the baseline. He's cut off. Wagner in some trouble. Tries to put it up, and he was fouled. That's a smart thing to do for Scott Wagner when you don't have no place to go with it. Put it up.
Luke Reed picking up his fourth.
Big smiles on your face as try to feather in your cap to beat Warsaw, especially in this fashion.
Those two remember last year's game, let me tell you.
Well, check that. That's a 5th foul on Luke Reed as he is also fouled out.
I'm sorry.
Well, you got a lot of marks. They're hard to keep track of, I'm sure. Scott Wagner will be at the free throw line. Has Scott been there this year?
I have 28 fouls against Warsaw. Scott Wagner at the free throw line is 0 for 1. Get that one.
Zach Nelson, the big kid from the JV, checks into the Warsaw lineup.
49 fouls called in this game. 21 against the Pilgrims, 28 against Warsaw.
Wagner missed the second one. Koss had the offensive rebound and jump ball. Hey, there's still 32 seconds. There's time. Especially if Plymouth gets the ball down low. The Tigers look like they want to stop anything. Inbounds to Koss. His jump shot off the glass. No good. Rebound and a foul. Going to go against the Pilgrims. Second free throw by Lawler is no good. Rebound long to Wagner, and there's number 50. Wagner gets the free one this time.
It really doesn't matter, you know, as long as they're consistent. Both they were consistent last night and tonight, so you got to give the referees credit for that. Wagner was hitting on that free throw. And
85-62, Plymouth with the lead. I remind our listeners, too, tune in tomorrow night about 7:15. We'll have the girls' championship game from LaVille High School. It'll be Plymouth and LaVille. The shot blocked by Koss on the baseline, and a foul is called on Justin.
Koss picks up his first, and we got it up to 52. And don't forget, tomorrow afternoon, the Pilgrims play Lake. So if you're in that car tomorrow, drive around, tune in at 10:50 a.m.
Missed the second one. Rebound came away to Wagner, and Wagner's going to get called for a double dribble as the Tigers stuck their hands in there. And
eight turnovers for the Pilgrims. And I have 15, 16, 17 for Warsaw. That was really the killer there in that fourth quarter when they tried to make that run. Cheney had a couple of steals, and they threw the ball away a couple of times, and that made the difference.
Well, Jason Allspaw hits a three from the left wing with 8 seconds left, 85-66. Now Cook off to Wisconsin. Wisconsin is going to be called for a travel. 2 seconds left.
2 seconds, 85-66. If anybody just tuned in, that is Plymouth over Warsaw with 2 seconds left.
This is a convincing victory.
Yeah, let that go across the AP wire.
Baseball pass ahead is thrown out of bounds. Nobody touched it, so it'll be out of bounds underneath Plymouth basket.
Fans want to cheer. Come on, let's get this one over.
Well, Rhodes is delaying it as much as he can.
He's throwing that one without touching the player.
Now Wisconsin will trigger the play in. Brent holds high underneath for Collins. Collins is hammered with 1 second left. Jonathan Lawler
picks up his first foul with 1 second left. He just hammered Cam Collins. I don't know why you don't let somebody shoot that shot with the score the way it is.
Well, the Tigers are going to go back to Warsaw, I guess, in their own mind, knowing that they did not give anything away easy here tonight,
right,
even when it was not in question anymore.
Cam, 74% shooter in the year. First free throw for tonight is up. Boom. Good. 86 points. Again, we're only averaging 68 points a game. And we posted 86 against Warsaw, now 87.
87-66, 1 second left, and that'll do it. You like that, a 40-point fourth quarter for the Pilgrims.
Unbelievable, 31 free throws.
87-66 is your final score here from Plymouth High School. Pilgrims win in a big way over the Warsaw Tigers. We'll go back to the studio, take a quick time out. When we come back, we'll wrap things up here from Plymouth High School with Rod Morgan. We'll be back with more following this timeout. And welcome back to Huntington North High School. Rick Warner along with Larry Falsich as we start the fourth quarter. Warsaw with the basketball, and a very low-scoring quarter that time as it just plain was. Nothing you can say about it. 5 points for the Pilgrims, 3 points for Warsaw. We had just some tremendous good looks, and so did Warsaw. Nobody connected. Cosmetic missing another one. Matt Kramer with the rebound. That was a 13-footer. Man, he's hit those all year long. Hey, if we only score 5 this quarter, I hope they only score 3, and we'll be playing tonight. We could just forget about this game. Cheney now just across the timeline. Warsaw still got the zone packed in. The Pilgrims will play catch near midcourt.
Well, Pilgrims going to take the fouls out of the game. Nick Wise is on the bench, so is Brian Ray.
Well, Rhodes just motioned to his team to stay back, and we're going to have about a minute tick off here in this fourth period. Plymouth leads 29-25. A couple other scores to pass along at the end of 3 quarters. East Noble leads Northridge at Elkhart 31-24. At Fort Wayne, Woodland leads DeKalb. I believe that's the other way around. DeKalb leads Woodland 49-40. And at halftime at Marion, it's Belmont over Cass 25-18 as the Pilgrims still playing catch near midcourt. Cheney and Davis 29-25. Pilgrims have 18 fouls, and as Larry said, this has shortened the game. And with the Pilgrims in some foul trouble, this has got to do nothing but help.
Yeah, I'm really surprised that Coach Rhodes keeping the boys back here. He must really feel like he's out-talented. That's the only thing I could think, because he has us in foul trouble. He has the one-on-one in his favor, almost a 2-shot foul pretty soon, as we have 18 fouls.
Now he calls out the defense, and the Tigers pick things up. Chris Davis at midcourt has the ball stolen away by Wiley. Wiley goes in, lays it up and in. By Wiley. And the Pilgrims are going to take a timeout with 6:09 left, fourth period. Plymouth leads by 2, 29-27. We'll be back with more following. And welcome back once again to regional action. Plymouth with the basketball in a 2-point lead. On the floor right now, Kramer, Davis, Wise, Stackhouse, and Brian Ray back into the ball game with his 4 fouls. Pressure in the backcourt being applied by Wiley against Davis. Davis now does clear the timeline. Wiley putting a lot of pressure on the basketball. Chris unloads to Wise. Nick steps up on the baseline. Running jumper is no good. Tipped by Stackhouse, out of bounds. It will be long to Warsaw.
This is that baseline jumper, one of his favorite shots.
The lid really on the basket here for Nick Wise.
Pilgrims pick up the pressure on the defense now.
29-27, 5:46 left. Regulation is sealed by Stackhouse as they tried a long pass to break the press, and Stackhouse got it. Now Wise, bounce pass into paint to Kramer, and now the ball comes loose on the floor. Stackhouse picks it up to Wise. Now Davis. Pilgrims got a break there. 5.5 minutes left. Ryan Ray on the dribble out near the timeline, off to Matt Kramer. Kramer to Davis. Davis near the timeline. Davis being guarded very closely by Elspaugh. Elspaugh playing a lot here today instead of Andy Plank for the Tigers. Davis to Wise. 5:09 left, fourth period. Ryan Ray now against Tyler Charlton. Out near the timeline, Ray bounce pass for Stackhouse. Pilgrim's offense very high. Now a double team. Basketball comes loose. Stackhouse picks it up. Now he gets it off to Wise. Nick pull up jump shot off the glass and in. No sooner or later they're going to fall for Nick, and the Pilgrims lead is 4 again, 31-27. 4:43 and counting, fourth period.
13 points for Nick Wise.
Charlton, right wing, steps in on the drive, kicks it out for Reed. Basketball comes loose. Brian Ray has it. And the Pilgrims come away with the basketball off the Warsaw turnover.
11 turnovers for Warsaw, only 2 for the Pilgrims.
Big possession here. 4:26 left. Pilgrims with the basketball, a 4-point lead.
You know it's going to be Wise or Ray.
Pilgrims working the ball around outside the perimeter. Nick on the left wing bounces it off for Kent Stackhouse. They swing it to the right side now for Davis. This against Wiley. Takes a couple of dribbles, kicks it out to Stackhouse. Out on the right wing. Kent circles it back out on top, off to Davis.
Kuzmanic is who's guarding Wise right now.
Stackhouse on the baseline, fakes against Reed, puts it off the glass. And Kent Stackhouse with a big basket. The Pilgrims lead is 6, 33-27. Warsaw wants a timeout. There's 3:45 left. From the 33, Warsaw 27. We'll be back with more following this. 33-27. There's 3:45 left here in the ball game, Larry, and this one has just been a nail-biter.
It has been a nail-biter, very low scoring. Nick Wise, 13 points only. Brian Ray, only 5 points. Well below their averages. Great defense by Warsaw. The Pilgrims' great defense. Warsaw now has 11 turnovers.
Warsaw with the basketball. Kuzmanic against Kramer. Tried to drive the baseline. Matt cut him off.
Beautiful defense.
Now Charlton.
That man wants to score bad, and he just can't get it done.
Reed in the paint. Puts one up from 14 to round it out. No good. Rebound Davis. Davis is get the ball away for Ray. Ahead to Nick. Wise drives the paint. Throws one up, and he was hammered on his way to the basket. Nick will be going to the free throw line for 2 shots at the 3:17 mark, fourth period.
Luke Reed picks up his third. We'll double check that they haven't called it yet. 5-3. It is his third. Nick Wise, a 77% free throw shooter, will go to the line for the first time today with a chance to stretch his lead even more to 8 points if he hits both of them.
And Kingman Point in downtown Plymouth has your favorite sandwiches, fries, and fried chicken for lunch or dinner. Stop by today and get a free family box of fries with the purchase of a 12, 15, or 21-piece box of chicken. Kingman Point in downtown Plymouth.
Nick misses the first one. Boy, he struggled in the shooting area today.
This has been a strange game. He can't get either one of them.
Unbelievable.
3:12 left in the ball game. 33
fans on their feet trying to get them to score.
27. Wiley.
TJ Wiley, coast to coast.
Good pass to the basket as they cleared out. He just drove the lane in a 4-point game again. Davis on the dribble into the front court against Wiley. Wiley very quick. This is better be careful. Off to Wise. Wise against Kuzmanic. Picks the dribble up out high and off the Stackhouse. They tried to give and go. Kuzmanic stayed right with Wise though. 2:41 left in the ball game. Brian Ray off to Kramer. That's got to be an intentional foul.
Well, that was a two-handed grab. Everybody on our bench looking for the 2-shot foul, but not going to get it. It's only the see now. Is that the 17th foul?
Well, he just grabbed Kramer. He didn't go after the basketball. I can't believe they didn't call that intentional, but they didn't. That's only the 16th foul against Warsaw. Kramer will inbound right in front of the Plymouth bench into Nick Wise in the front court. Nick out near the timeline. Cross court for Brian Ray. 2:29 left. Plymouth 33, Warsaw 29.
Well, I'd never believe you'd want to foul Nick Wise, but maybe you would today. Brian Ray, our best free throw shooter.
Davis double team, gets out of it off to Stackhouse. Stackhouse out near the timeline is trapped. He unloads it, and a foul is going to be called, I believe, on Kuzmanic.
Kuzmanic picks up his fourth, I believe.
We'll see what the call is. That's number three, sorry. That is the 17th foul, and we'll send the Pilgrims to the free throw line. Kent Stackhouse,
67% free throw shooter in the year, needs to put these in.
Kent's had a great season. His junior year was a member of the Holiday Tournament All-Tourney team. Boom.
First free throw is perfect.
That's a big one. 5-point lead. 2:14 left, fourth period. Kent with one more. Second one is good. Kent Stackhouse with a couple of big free throws here with 2:14 left in the ball game. Plymouth lead is 6.
Warsaw calling out the offense.
Riley into the front court. Right side pass to Charlton. Off Kuzmanic's free throw line, and Kuzmanic threw the basketball away. Brian Ray stepped in the passing lane and got the steal.
I can't believe Kuzmanic didn't shoot that.
I didn't either. I can't either.
He was only about 8 feet, listeners, away from that basket, and he passed it back out. You got to score at this time of the game.
Oh, no. Wise stepped on the line, tripped on the mid-court line, and the turnover.
Boy, that's a huge turnover with a minute 48 left.
And Warsaw is going to take another timeout. A minute 48 left. Plymouth with a 6-point lead, 35-29. We'll be back with more following this. God dang it. Again to Huntington North High School. Warsaw inbounds the basketball in the backcourt. A minute 47 left. Plymouth leads 35-29. Wiley on the dribble picks it up. Bounce pass for Charlton. Now they unload for Kuzmanic's free throw line. Kuzmanic steps up. Bank shot no good. Rebound Stackhouse. And a foul on the rebound is going to be, I believe, on Kuzmanic. That should be 4.
Kuzmanic's really struggling.
Well, the two stars here today have really struggled, Wise and Kuzmanic.
Well, you hate to see anybody finish their season like that. One of these two great players, Nick Wise or Kuzmanic, is going to end their season in just a minute 36 seconds. And neither one of them have had the game they wanted to have today.
Well, Kent Stackhouse is the man right now. He'll have a 1-and-1 opportunity.
He came in the first half with a couple big rebounds. He has 6 points right now. In and out.
No. Rebound Kuzmanic. Tigers
still in it.
Minute 32 left. 35-29.
They still breathe.
Wiley. Pass for Elsbaugh, who bombs a 3 from the baseline and hit it. That cuts the lead in half, just like that. 35-32. Full court pressure by Warsaw. Plymouth takes timeout. Minute 19 left. 35-32. Plymouth with a 3-point lead. We'll be back with more after this. And welcome back once again to a very nerve-wracking Huntington North High School. Programs will inbound the basketball in the backcourt against full-court pressure. Kramer got it in. Now Davis is going to be fouled by Elsbaugh immediately, and that'll send Chris Davis to the free throw line for 1-and-1. And tourney tough teams hit their free throws down the end.
We sure hope so. Right now we got Chris Davis going to the line. Chris is a 80% free throw shooter on the year. So maybe you throw those stats out the window with this kind of pressure. I don't know, but I still like to have him up there at 80%.
This can shoot my free throws.
That's right.
Minute 16 left in the ball game. Big 1-and-1 for Davis, whose free one is in and out. No, rebound Charlton. Tigers still alive here, 35-32. Plymouth leads with a minute 10 left. Tiger fans are on their feet as Tyler into the front court. Or Riley, rather. Unloads to Charlton. Bounce pass underneath for Reed. Knocked away by Kramer and out of bounds. Good defensive play as that saved 2 points.
Great read by Kramer, realizing where that pass was going to go. 1 minute left. 3-point lead Pilgrims.
35-32. Elsbaugh will inbound on the baseline. Gets it into Reed. Now out high for Wiley. Back to Elsbaugh, who launches another 3. No good. Rebound knocked away. Reed has it for the Tigers. Baseline move unloads to Charlton, who splits the defense, and a foul on Wise.
job by Charlton splitting the defense.
He did just what you're supposed to do when he went to the basket strong and drew the foul when the clock is stopped with 49 seconds left.
4 fouls on Nick Wise. Pilgrims missed a front end of 2 one-on-ones in consecutive fouls.
The Tigers have done an excellent job here this morning on their offensive rebounding. Charlton's free one is in and out. No!
Neither team wants to win this one.
49 seconds left.
Charlton was 2 for 4. He missed his out. Now he's 2 for 5 today.
And both teams have 9 fouls, so the next one will be the double bonus for either team.
Nick Cheney coming in the lineup. Here goes Chris Davis.
Hey, tax returns are coming back, and Locks Floor Covering is waiting to offer you carpet, wood, vinyl, and ceramic flooring coverings at fantastic value. Stop by Locks Flooring Covering on West Jefferson Street in Plymouth. As Charlton rides the second one, it is in the air. No good again. Rebound Stackhouse off to Cheney.
Rebound.
I can't believe they're not fouling Cheney. Up to Kramer, ahead now Stackhouse. Stackhouse still in the backcourt, unloads for Wise to Ray.
Brian Ray, huge free throw shooter.
37 seconds left. Stackhouse backs it out to Wise. 35-32.
I don't know what they're waiting on.
Kramer back to Wise. Nick is triple team. Unloads for Cheney. Cheney was fouled by Phil Reed.
Yeah, good hard foul. I mean, again, not mean foul, but I mean, they had the foul. That's what I was trying to say there.
They used about 24 seconds to get that foul.
And they fouled the right man. Nick Cheney, a sophomore, just coming in, only a 58% free throw shooter. When Brian Ray had it, they stayed away from him. What a well-coached team. I couldn't believe they didn't foul Brian Ray, but they know Brian Ray is the best free throw shooter in Northern Indiana at 84%.
Well, a big one here for the sophomore.
He's 1 for 2 today. This is the first.
It is short.
So we need to have somebody step up and say, let's win this thing. 4 points would make a big difference here. If we can get one of these to go in, it'd be a 2-possession game.
Come on, Nick. In and out, no. Rebound on the floor.
Off of
Plymouth. It'll be on the off. I seen the same thing you seen, Larry. I can't believe it.
Referee again did not know what to call. We just missed 2 more free throws.
We're not doing ourselves any favors here. 22 seconds left. Warsaw with a chance to tie the ball game here. 17 seconds. Wiley front court. Left corner is Kuzmanik. 3-pointer, no good. Rebound battle for taken away by Wise. And foul on Charlton. He went for the offensive foul and almost got it.
Oh, my God.
Wise stuck his chest into Charlton. Charlton crumpled to the floor like he was run over, and he was.
Listeners to know what happened there, that Charlton did a beautiful acting job. I thought he was going to get the offensive foul on the rebound, and nope, he didn't get it. Nick Wise is at the line. The Pilgrims only 10 seconds left with a 3-point lead. Obviously, if he can hit one of these two, that should secure the victory with only 10 seconds left. But he's got to hit one of these.
And the Pilgrims have wasted a few opportunities here in the fourth quarter to put the Tigers away. And Nick can do it right here.
Every time you shoot a free throw, it's either an X for if you make it or a 0 if you miss. And all ours are zeros lately, let me tell you. Nick Wise needs to hit one of these two.
What a great ball game this has been. Wise's free one is no good. That was well off the mark. It was too long.
Nick Wise is 0 for 3 from the line today.
That's unheard of. Nick's second one is good.
Big free throw.
4-point Plymouth lead with 10 seconds left.
We'll take what we can get.
No fouls. Up ahead to Charlton. Charlton's got to launch a long 3 from the right wing. No good. Rebound. 3 seconds. 2 seconds ahead to Stackhouse. 1 second left and the ball game's over. Yeah. Stackhouse slams the basketball to the floor and the Pilgrims win 36-32. An unusual game between these two teams, but nonetheless an exciting one. And the Pilgrims win 36-32 to advance to the regional final.
Fans going crazy. That was one of the ugliest wins I've ever seen for the Pilgrims, but it's well worth it. Doesn't matter. It's in the book.
What a ball game. Both teams struggled here so intensely here this afternoon. It's just both teams, it seems, are just a bundle of nerves, and neither one can really get on track offensively, although you do have to give a lot of credit to the defenses here as the Pilgrims are getting a standing ovation as they head to their locker room with this hard-fought 4-point win over the Warsaw Tigers.